Hello, this is Jane Dennis Reyes and this is the performance task of group skills. So I want to start with natural hazard. What is natural hazard? Natural hazard are defined as environmental phenomena that have the potential to impact societies and human environment. What are the examples of natural hazard? Natural hazards can also be divided into rapid onset hazards, such as volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, flash floods, landslides, severe thunderstorms, lightning, and wildfires, which develop with little warning and strike rapidly. So this should not be confused with other types of hazards, such as man-made hazards. What are the causes of natural hazard? Different disasters occur due to various causes. Causes for such calamities can be contributed to deforestation, soil erosion, and pollution. The major causes of catastrophic disaster are natural phenomena occurring in the Earth's crust as well as on the surface. What are the effects of natural hazard? In a disaster, you face the danger of death or physical injury. You may also lose your home, possessions, and community. Such stressors place you at risk for emotional and physical health problems. Stress reaction after a disaster look very much like the common reaction seen after any type of trauma. How can we prevent natural disaster? Number 1, awareness, education, preparedness, and prediction and warning system can reduce the disruptive impacts of natural disaster on communities. Mitigation measures such as the adoption of zoning, land use practices, and building codes are needed. However, to prevent or reduce actual damage from hazards. So, what is the difference between disaster and hazard? A hazard is any unusual event that has a potential to threaten people's lives, their property, and livelihoods. For example, typhoons, floods, and fire are hazards. A hazard becomes a disaster when it happens when many people are living or have their livelihoods and causes damage to them and their property.
Hi, I am Shinmay Parasuman. So what is an earthquake? An earthquake is the shaking of the Earth's surface caused by a sudden release of energy in the Earth's lithosphere, which generates seismic waves. An earthquake hazard is anything associated with an earthquake that may interfere with people's normal activities. Surface faulting, ground shaking, landslides, tectonic deformation, and tsunamis are all examples of this. So why is an earthquake is an example of natural disaster? Because we cannot be able to stop the earthquake and it will occur on its own. So what is floods? It's the overflow of water in a dry land. Floods can occur as a result of heavy rains, ocean waves, or dams or levels breaking. Flooding can be devastating with only a few inches of water, or it can cover a house up to the rooftop. Floods can occur in minutes or over time, lasting days, weeks, or months. Floods can be natural or man-made disaster. It depends on the situation. Changes to the environment often increase the intensity and frequency of flooding. For example, land use changes such as deforestation and removal of wetlands. By throwing some pieces of trash anywhere, it will cause floods since all of the drainage are full of trash. That's all, thank you.
The typhoon. The typhoon disaster is a national disaster that refers to the formation of tropical and subtropical ocean cyclonic eddies in a wide range of activities with strong wind, rainstorm, storm tide, and waves which might cause damage to human life and properties along with the occurrence of natural disaster. Tsunami. A tsunami is a series of ocean waves that seeds surges of water something which is weight of over 100 feet, 30.5 meters onto land. This wall of water can cause widespread destruction when they crash ocean.
Explain a landslide and tornadoes. A landslide. A landslide is defined as the movement of the mass, rock, debris, or earth downslope. Landslide are type of mass wasting which then denotes any downslope movement in soil and rock under the direct influence of gravity. The term landslide encompasses 5 modes of slope movement: fall, topless, slide, spread, and flow. These are further subdivided by the type of geologic material: bedrock, debris, or earth. Debris flow, commonly referred to as mud flow or mudslide. The rock fall are example of common landslide type. Almost every landslide has multiple causes. Slope movement occur when force acting down slope, mainly due to gravity, extend the strength of the earth material that composes the slope. Cause include factors that increase the effect and slow of downslope force and factors that contribute to low or reduced strength landslide. Landslide can be initiated in slope already the verge of movement. Tornadoes. Tornadoes is violently rotating column of the earth touching the ground, usually attached to the base of a thunderstorm. Tornadoes are nature's most violent storms spawned from powerful thunderstorm. Tornadoes can cause fatalities and devastate a neighborhood in seconds. Winds of tornado may reach 300 miles per hour. Damaging path can be excess of the miles wide and 50 miles long. Strong downbursts is straight line. Winds may also occur due to the same thunderstorm. Hail is very commonly found very close to the tornado as strongest thunderstorm that spawn tornadoes are formed under the atmospheric condition that also highly likely to make hail. Every state is some risk from hazard. Some tornadoes are clearly visible while rain are near below hanging cloud obscure others. Tornadoes develop extreme rapidly, may dissipate just as quickly. Most tornadoes are the ground all less than 15 minutes.
A volcanic eruption is when lava and gas are released from a volcano, often explosively. This is known as an eruption. A glowing avalanche, which occurs when recently erupted lava slides down the flanks of a volcano, is the most dangerous type of eruption. They are capable of swift movements and can reach temperatures of 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit.
Preparedness for volcanic eruption. Before an eruption, stock an emergency supplies kit with items that will last you and your family for at least 72 hours or 3 days. This should include items like non-perishable food, water, battery-powered radio, batteries, breathing masks for each family member, flashlight, batteries, and medication. Volcanoes may move from unrest to full-scale eruption in a short period of time. Therefore, you should have an emergency plan to enable you to evacuate at short notice. Ensure that all family members understand the plan. This should include an evacuation route to get to higher ground away from the volcano. If you live in a danger zone, red or orange areas on the volcanic hazard map, make arrangements with friends or relatives in the safe zone, yellow or green areas on volcanic hazard map. Make a list of emergency numbers including your National Disaster Management Office, police, fire, hospital, and nearest emergency shelter. During an eruption, follow the instruction issued by authorities during a volcanic crisis, your National Disaster Management Agency. If possible, bring all animals and livestock into closed shelters and store machinery indoors. Be aware of mud flows or lahar. Avoid low-lying areas where poisonous gases can settle and flash floods can be most dangerous. If possible, help others who may require special assistance, infants, elderly, and disabled. After an eruption, listen to the official radio or television station if possible for the latest information. If you have access to the internet, visit your local disaster management office website. When outdoors, protect yourself with proper clothing such as long-sleeve shirts and pants. That's all, thank you. And again, this is Performance Task of Group 6.